Welcome back to Girls Unfiltered with Emma and Katie. I'm Emma.
And I'm Katie.
And we're sisters and we love to talk all things
health,
relationships,
mindset,
friendship,
fitness,
personal development,
and so much more.
The sounds of joy.
Well, welcome back everybody to our podcast, Girls Unfiltered.
Yes, with Emma and Katie.
Yeah.
I'm Emma.
And I'm Katie.
And we're back with the visuals this week because we're back on our BS and we're disciplined on getting this podcast up and running.
Yeah. So today's episode is going to be about our health journey.
Yeah.
And talking about body image and stuff like that. But first, we're going to go over our highs and lows
of the week.
And then some updates.
It's only been a few days since we last recorded, which is amazing. But I think we should record every Tuesday.
Yeah, I think that will be moving forward.
We need a good routine. So today's currently Tuesday. We're going to get this up by Sunday because Sundays are upload day.
Yep.
But yeah, do you want to start with your highs and lows? Lows and highs?
Yeah. My highs is seeing you today.
Aww, so cute.
Has made my day. Also, another high is Aiden. Over the weekend, we got our TV unit console. He built it all, and we cleaned our house. Excellent. So that's very good. So feeling a little bit more put together. We are also currently at my place.
Yes.
So this is my
this
couch.
is the new scenery, new filming location.
Yeah, new location.
Yeah.
So yeah, the house is feeling a lot more put together. So that's really made my week. What's your high?
My high of the week is seeing you. I feel giddy in my stomach. Driving here, I was like, I need, when you're so excited to see someone, you're like, I need to drive faster. I only live 8 minutes away, and that whole 8 minutes, I was like, get me to Katie's. I'm coming, Katie. I'm coming for you. Don't worry. I'm on time. I'm perfect timing. I'm here. And then when Katie, I had to buzz, and Katie's like, come on in. And just the way she said it just made my heart melt.
That's so nice.
I know. I just got really excited.
Yeah, we had
and we made this date on Friday.
Yeah.
And we put it in our calendars and we stuck to it, which is also amazing. It's intentional content time, but we love making content because it's time we get to spend together.
Yeah.
And it's basically, imagine this is just us hanging out and you're just here. You're just a fly on the wall here with us. Yeah. So that's definitely a high. Low, are we going to do the lows? Mm-hmm. Lows was I've been sick the last few days and it's really taken a toll on my mental health. So I was sick with cold and flu vibes. I'm still not 100%, so my voice probably sounds a bit nasally, but my nose is a bit blocked. My throat's been scratchy and sore, but the soreness has gone away, but now it's so itchy. I'm constantly coughing, especially at night. I'll put my mouth tape on and then my throat is itching and I have to take it off to cough. And
I haven't been able to use mouth tape because I've been coughing.
Well, I want to use mouth tape so my sore throat doesn't get worse.
Exactly.
It's like a chicken and an egg situation. Struggle. And then, the mental health. So the cold and flu, also with my health issues. So I have PCOS, adenomyosis or adenomyosis, however you want to say it. And then I have suspected potential endometriosis, currently in the process of trying to get diagnosed with that. So that, when you're sick, when your immune system is down, it really puts a spanner in the works for your inflammatory system because all of those problems, they all have an inflammatory response. So with that issue alone, I have so much inflammation. Add sickness on top of that, my fatigue is double. I'm fatigued throughout my cycles because of the inflammation that's going on in my body. So the gynecologist explained it as adenomyosis. When you have your period, all the little spots on your uterus are also bleeding. So it's an increase in inflammation. So then if you think about, I have this much inflammation in my body, then I'm sick, then I suddenly have this much inflammation. Yeah. Which just hasn't been fun. It's just made me feel really fatigued.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, what's your low? Maybe we should have started with the low.
I know. My low is probably also being sick. So last week from Sunday, Monday, I was sick. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I was sick.
Pretty much once you started feeling better, I started feeling sick.
But here's the thing. I started to feel better on the Thursday, which is when we recorded our last podcast. But then I felt worse again on the Friday, Saturday, and then I worked Saturday, Sunday, and the weekend was a little bit rough, energy-wise. I was really fatigued, but now I'm better, so we're definitely coming, we were at a low, and now we're on a high.
Today was my first day back at work, and I just was in survival. Like, do I have my lessons planned for the week? No. Am I just taking it day by day? Yes.
Also, this is day 1 of my period, and also 2 days before my period leading up, I had the worst cramps, and I wasn't even bleeding. I'm like, what is this? It sucks on your period, like you have irregular cycles, because anytime my period is like not showing up on time and so late, I get the worst PMS symptoms. So I had cramps for like 2 to 3 days prior, and now I also currently have cramps. And I'm actually on my period, luckily.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into...
Yeah, because I was going to say, last format is usually we'll have some pop culture references, but we got nothing new today, because today's only Tuesday. So next Tuesday, I reckon we'll talk about tomorrow's Summer I Turned Pretty episode.
Yeah.
But we're getting to the end of the show.
Yeah, I mean, on my TikTok, when I was sick, I was in a scroll.
Oh, yeah. So, like Kylie Kelsey, she has, like, a segment called Doom Scroll of the Week.
Yeah.
So tell us your Doom Scroll of the Week.
Well, mine was when I was sick, I watched a lot of TikTok and Reels, and I'm on, like, gardening TikTok and Reels. So everyone's, like, growing all these fruit and vegetables, either in their garden at homes. There was, like, a dad made his own garden for his wife and built like garden beds and everything and planted stuff.
That's a vibe.
And then there's people showing like what they grew in their garden and what they're making with their fresh produce. And now I want to have a garden on my balcony and have some plants and grow some fruit.
I just got a bit of coconut sugar all over again.
That's alright.
I'm sorry. It's because I can't breathe and
together.
drink at the same time.
Anyway, so I've been in like gardening TikTok and also like also.
Oh, no! I need to share my scroll.
But I'm not done. I have
Okay. Sourdough.
Yes!
It's coming up on my TikTok now.
Sourdough. Oh, I would have baked my own sourdough.
This happened
so
months
bad.
ago, but now I've seen multiple people do it. Glitter sourdough.
Glitter?
When you put edible pink glitter all over the sourdough, on top and inside, to make it pretty, to make it shimmer.
It's like a mirror ball.
It's like bejeweled. Make the whole place shimmer.
Yeah.
But I really want to make sourdough. Me and Katie decided when I have school holidays.
Oh, it's pretty doing it. I just need to buy a jar, then I'm ready.
We can we're gonna make our sourdough starters
I've
together.
already watched a YouTube video of how to do it.
Yeah, so we'll get back to you once we make our sourdough. We'll film it.
Oh yeah.
We can even post it on like a YouTube short being like,
yeah. And maybe just on like
sourdough.
Instagram.
Yeah, so
or TikTok.
Also, where you can find us at Emma_and_Kate on Instagram and TikTok.
And YouTube, because that's like our handle. That's easier to find us.
And and also comment down below where you're listening from. Are you listening on YouTube? Are you listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify? I looked at our analytics. Someone was listening on like some other app called like Podcast something, which was really interesting. So let us know where you're watching, listening from. Do you like the videos? Do you just listen to audio? Are you driving in the car? If so, pull over to comment down below. Do not comment while driving. But let's get into it. Oh yeah, also I was gonna share
my farm stand.
Oh,
which kind of goes with the baking.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were gonna say sourdough. I'm like, I would have said it.
No, I was gonna say I'm obsessed with people have what?
Like, what the heck is a farm stand?
Well, they all live, in like the country, like in America, like upstate New York, where there's farms. And so they built a little stand, so it's based off the honor system of, so they have baked goods.
Is it like the peach stand in the Summer I Turned Pretty?
Yeah. But with like scones and like English muffins, but they have a stand like out from their property, like at the end, but they drive down and they have a stand and they put up little wooden signs and then they set it up with their baked goods over the weekend.
You know what I also saw? People have been making, like, someone made sourdough discard cookies.
Yeah.
Sourdough discard scones.
Yeah.
Like, you use the discard of your sourdough. Also, I saw someone on TikTok. Guess how old their sourdough starter was?
What? Like
118 years old.
What? It's like passed down from the family.
Yeah, it's like a family. They're a family of sourdough
mature sourdough starter.
Imagine if we'll make it a family legacy. Pass it on to our children.
Oh, I love that. But I love the whole thing with food and like the making from scratch, or the baking for like your community of the farm stands.
Well, can you just imagine one day all of our kids getting together and baking brownies with them?
Oh, yeah. See, I just love that because I think a lot of people, especially me, being nutritionists and everything, like I feel like a lot of people
Well,
with
food
busy
is
lives,
connection.
yeah, they've lost the touch with like the cooking skills and the
I definitely
the
have.
bonding and with your family, you know, recipes
I
passed
do not
down
cook with love.
and
I cook to meal prep and get it done.
so it's
But you're good at cooking with love.
yeah.
You can, when I'm not in my deficit, you can make me a meal with love.
Yeah, I might bake you a birthday cake.
Oh yeah.
I asked Aiden what kind of birthday cake he likes or what kind of cake, and he said steak, and I said no. What's the dessert do you like?
Cake, not steak.
and then he said on brownies.
Or
'Cause he likes
does
brownies.
Like donuts? You could do like a little donut
He wants
tower.
brownies.
Brownie a la mode.
Yeah.
I mean, you can decorate.
But
it.
he said it's because
How
ice
old
cream.
is he turning? 25.
24.
24. How old are you?
24.
In my brain, you're 25. But it's because in my brain, I'm 27. And I'm not
But
yet.
you're not.
We're young. We're 24 and 26. We're still in our mid-20s, Katie.
Anyway, let's get into it.
Okay, so today we're talking about our health and fitness journey, body image, nutrition as a part of our journey. So do you want me to start or do you want to start?
You can start.
Also, to preface, I guess, we'll just talk about, I think, if you don't mind, I'll talk about the beginning of our journey as a collective of our upbringing. And then I think we'll talk about our fitness journey as like when I was like in grade 12 and you were in grade 10.
Yeah,
And
that
then
sounds good.
beyond that. So as children, we played lots of sport. So I think between the two of us, we did soccer, swimming, softball, basketball. I did field hockey. I ran track for a hot minute.
I did ballet.
You did dance, gymnastics for
Yeah.
a brief period. So we've done lots of sports. So we were always active children. And we are very lucky when we lived in America, our parents signed up to a gym and it was just a lot easier to get a family gym membership. So we played basketball at the gym, but we were also introduced to the gym at a very young age. And I'm very thankful to my parents for that because we don't have gym anxiety. I don't experience much gym anxiety.
I don't anymore.
But for you, like for us, the gym is a comfortable place to be. We don't feel nervous walking in a weights room surrounded by men.
Yeah.
We feel good about that. So, and it's like, even when we were little, like when we were younger, like I was probably 11 or 12 when I first stepped foot in a gym and it was like, do the elliptical.
No, but we used to do yoga.
Yeah, we used to do yoga.
Like
so
they had a kids yoga class at this family
We also
gym.
did like Zumba.
I remember when we play like racquetball.
Yeah, so we'd be active in the gym in like a class setting. But then we also started doing I started doing weights when I was like 13 because I had, drinking Coke and recording a podcast.
Bad idea. Carbonation.
But then I introduced, once I was like 13, I started doing the leg extension machine, some of the elliptical, even just some like little shoulder press with like 2 kilo dumbbells, like really gentle stuff. But we're really thankful for that. But then flash forward, I joined a gym when I was like 15, kind of went inconsistently. Like I would walk to the gym, sometimes go during school holidays. Like it wasn't a consistent thing. It was just like if I had spare time to myself, I would take myself to the gym here and there, not really super consistent. But then when I was in grade 12, I was 18 and Katie was 16, around there. In grade 10, Mom got like a personal trainer session for the 3 of us. So I think she paid like $60 or $60 to $90 for an hour or 45 minutes where the 3 of us could exercise together. So basically this PT was really, really nice, but she really believed in like generations of health in the family. So Mom wanted to go, but I think Mom found if we went with her, she'd commit to it more because then, and she was already driving early and it's like, well, we were already going to the gym. We wanted to go to the gym. We can hop in the car with Mom and go.
And also too, at that point, I feel like our knowledge of the gym was only really like your machines, like your cardio equipment, and the weights, only the machines.
So
like your
basically,
no free weights.
Like when I was 15, I was that typical 15-year-old. I walk in the weight room and I sit on every single machine and do every single machine. I never do that. Like I maybe use max 3 machines, and one of those might be the hip rest machine. And like by machines, I mean like the cable machine, a barbell. Like you only need so many equipment now, but it's like we barely touch barbells or dumbbells. Anything like that.
Or kettlebells. So this PT was really good at introducing more of those free weighted
and even
exercises.
like helping us with form, like always stand shoulder width apart, and like just little things. We did kind of like Tabata style workout where it was like timed, because obviously with a 45-minute
and there's 3 of us
gym session, and then there being 3 of us, she would be like, let's get through as many exercises as quickly as we can. So a lot of it was timed, which we liked, because it's like I would pump out reps, and it was basically just moving, like also, getting in the gym and moving.
Emma
that was the goal.
Was very, very competitive as well with the Tabata, because it'd be like how many like rounds you can do, and Emma would be, or like reps.
So like chest to floors. So there's one where it was an AMRAP. Once you did like 20 chest to floors, you'd move on to this. I like outlapped them like twice, and I was like, hell yeah, let's go.
So competitive. I was like, this is not a sport. Like, because I didn't start going to the gym until basically like I stopped playing volleyball, and so Mom was like, well, you need to join the gym if you're not going to play sport.
If it was up to me, like I stopped playing sport at age 12, 13. If it was up to me, I would wish I could have played a sport beyond that, because of my competitive nature. Like if I could go play a sport tomorrow, like sign me up.
I think you might need to do a social sport. I think you do.
It's
you have a very competitive, but it's like a social sport would be like a fun, because you're not like super serious of like, I must be good, I must be this.
In Australia, social sport is either super serious or la-di-da-di-da, I don't know what I'm doing.
I think it depends what sport you're
and the
doing.
thing is, I don't want to do touch. I don't want to tear my ACL.
There are people doing, Amy does netball.
I don't want to do netball. I want to do basketball, social basketball, but I don't know anyone that would do it.
I'll do it.
Okay, let's start us. Comment down below if you want to join or a social basketball
We just have to find, if they do it, the place and what not like nights. Because also too, a lot of the time they're in the evening.
I don't like staying
and they're late. That's the issue.
That is the issue.
Maybe we do.
Or
like,
maybe you don't
maybe
need to
there's
do.
like a weekend.
We just need to shoot some hoops together. Play some 1-on-1. 2-on-2.
Yeah. Maybe we should learn
Make
some squash.
Yeah, my housemate plays squash, maybe, or paddle. But it's
pickleball.
Like paddle.
No, everyone's playing
pickleball. Yeah,
maybe that's what we should do. Yeah, maybe we'll get that a whirl.
Side quest. We also had the Zoomies before we recorded.
And did, and that kind of radiated to me.
Well, because I was just so happy to be. Yeah. I cried because I was so happy to be.
Yeah, and Emma told me that, and she's like, I cried.
Oh, I told my year 11s today that to get your full oxytocin, you need 8 hugs, 20 seconds that are worth 20 seconds. They're like, oh my god.
Emma counts too, and we hug. She's like, nope, haven't been 20 yet.
Not enough. Okay, back. So yes, sport, competitiveness. So yes, PT. Then that pretty much helped me be consistent. Even though we stopped seeing that PT, me and Katie were like, let's keep this ball rolling. And we did a combination, like I was doing Pilates, I was doing my own weighted workouts. We were following people like Whitney Simmons and like saving the workouts. And even though it wasn't like we didn't have a planned program, we did know on this day I'm doing legs, this day I'm doing push or pull, this day I'm doing pull. We would save workouts, but we do those workouts consistently. So like our tip always is not to just go sporadically in the gym. But the PT also taught us and opened our eyes up to different exercises, how to feel mind to muscle connection, different ways. Like I remember once she connected me to a cable machine with the belt on, and I did squats that way. And it's like being creative in that gym, because that was before like a belted squat thing existed, but she knew I was really strong. She was like, let's hook you up to the cable machine and get you to squat that way. And it's like things like that. So it really opens your eyes to like, even though I've had a coach now for like many years, which we'll get to, but it's like having someone show you the exercises. You do exercises that, one, you hate doing. Yeah. And 2, that you wouldn't even think to do.
No, I think if you're definitely a beginner at the gym, having a coach, personal trainer is really, really helpful.
I love having an online coach, but I think an in-person, just to build the basics, even if it's like 5 sessions, 6 sessions for 6 weeks, or 8 weeks of 2 sessions a week with a PT, just to get the rhythm and the feel, and also that will boost your confidence in the weights room, because you know what you're doing.
And when you're showing up, you're actually going into the gym, like if you're having the gym anxiety, you know the person, like you're showing up and there's going to be a personal trainer with you, directing you where to go in the gym.
Also, you feel you don't care about the people around you because you're with the PT. Yeah. And the PT will just like grab the equipment and butt in and say, excuse me, are you using this?
Yeah, like you don't have to worry about setting it up or anything.
Even at our gym, I see so many PTs like wipe down the equipment for their client. I'm like, that is princess treatment.
Yeah, and then they set it up and like rack the weights, and the client just doesn't have to do anything. The
Yeah.
PT like sets it up for them.
And we're not saying that you should just get a PT so they do everything for you, but
it's really
very
good education.
And that really, I think that's what really kicked off our gym journey of like, now we know what to do.
Lifting weights.
Now I can stop just doing random ass workouts. We found some Instagram workouts from some people we trust. We have a history now with our PT.
We have that confidence of picking up
and this
weights.
was also,
and
we were
knowing how
both
to
still
do
in
it.
high school. So we'd get mom to come to the gym with us. She would drive us at 5 a.m. We'd come home, shower, get ready for school. And I think as teenagers, I found I was so energized by the time I came to school. I got ready for school like twice as fast because I was so productive because I started my day on a high. And as you might see from our lifestyle on Instagram, that was 18 when I was 18. I'm now 26 turning 27. So how many years? That's like 9 years ago, 8 years ago.
9
years ago.
Almost not. More like 8.
8 years ago.
9.
8 going on 9 years ago. So like 8 years ago, like I'm still doing the same things, the same idea because it fits my lifestyle. So I spent 8 years of gymming consistently, building that routine and realizing my love for gymming at the start of the day. Mm-hmm. And we've tried different routines, but
Yeah, or even sometimes in high school too, because we went to some like Pilates classes or Zumba and stuff that were in the evening. And at some points when we couldn't go in the morning, we would go in like the evenings. Like we have gone at 6 p.m. before, like during when we were in high school.
Also, like not being able to drive and going to the gym is such a wild concept. Like we would always we'd either have to walk, get our parents to drop us off
and pick us up,
or get my parents to come with us to the gym. And they belong to the gym and they like to go, but they weren't as dedicated as we were. So sometimes they'd be like, I don't want to go, but I'll drop you off, or fine, I'll just walk on the treadmill.
Like, beg them sometimes.
But they did. They would cooperate, and they knew like it was for our health. And there was most houses we lived in, we could just walk. So yeah, we went to we belonged to the same gym from when I was 15 to when I was like 20, 21.
Yeah.
So probably like 5-6 years at the same gym. Then we moved away from that gym, and that's when we joined Anytime Fitness, which we've been to multiple Anytime Fitnesses.
Yeah, since you can go
but anywhere. We're still with them today. And then I guess from there, once we moved, that's when I was diagnosed with PCOS. I was struggling with my weight gain, and I was like, I know I can lose weight on my own. And I always had this idea, once I had those sessions with a PT, I don't need a PT. I can write my own program. Like I was so, I want to say obsessed, but not in like a weird way. I loved consuming fitness content. Like I realized I loved watching Whitney Simmons. We loved Sarah's Day. We watched her YouTube. Like we were consuming all these fitness people showing videos in the gym. I started following more people. I started following Gymshark athletes, and like found that at the very start, like we found Steve Cook and Morgan and like so many like OG internet people sharing their fitness journey. And I was like, I feel like I'm gonna burp again. Oh my gosh. I feel like from just consuming that content, I know what I'm doing. Like from following other personal trainers, other fitness people, like I was like, I know what tricep exercises to do. I know what bicep exercises to do. I felt confident, and I kind of had this ego of like, I don't need a PT's help.
Well, also too when you watch so many of those videos, it's like you do pick up like the form, and like you're educating yourself on like how to do things if you watch the correct people.
Or I would just be in the gym and go, and you observe around you too. I'd be in the gym and I go, I want to do that exercise that person's doing. They're doing assisted pull-ups. I'm gonna try it. And the good thing is, it's like, you want to feel safe in a gym environment where you're open to trying anything. And I think we were just at that stage where we're like, let's give it a go. Like, we went through a phase where the gym was our junk. We'd do our workout, and then afterwards we'd have a play around. Let's try this piece of equipment we've never used.
Remember the first time we tried the
hip thrust with the kettlebell?
No, the
the ab machine.
No, not the ab machine. The back extension, like the very first time.
Yeah, you got giddy.
Yeah.
That was the same day we did kettlebell hip thrust, and we kept laughing, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah, but the first time we did like the back extension, for, like your hammies.
Our form was probably horrible.
It was horrible, and I found it the most fun thing, and I kept on like laughing and going.
It's like you're upside down, and you're like, wee, it's like a ride.
And then we tried the ab.
Yeah, there's a vlog. So if you go to our YouTube channel, we went to the Gold Coast and tried a different gym, and the first time we did like the ab crunch machine, And they also had a tricep one. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, but
yeah.
we watched a dude do it, and then like we did it, and then he like told
And
us,
then he told us
you
how
can
to
like
do it.
adjust the seat and stuff.
So funny.
Yeah.
So it's like the gym is your jungle gym. We also did a lot of like, sorry, going back before we even joined Anytime Fitness, we even went through a phase of doing like, once our gym had like an outdoor functional fitness. Remember we went to a few functional fitness classes, and that was like running.
My
and
heart
like,
rate went up.
Push-ups
so
and like
hard.
the assault bike. Like we've tried it all. We've done Pilates. We've done like the Les Mills classes, like body pump, Tabata,
body attack.
Body attack.
Which gave me a panic attack, and I never went to it again.
Yeah, that was like the fighting one. That's like the boxing.
That was the first time. No, they had a boxing class.
No, we also did boxing, but
The
it was
body
it was
attack
the body
was
attack.
the first panic attack.
But it was literally like a kick, punch, Tai Chi kind of and Katie had a panic attack. Oh, no.
Yeah, because I couldn't
There's just too many people in the room.
And
too.
it was very high intensity, and I felt like I couldn't breathe, and then I felt suffocated, and then I bursted into tears.
And then I was like, "Where did you go?" And I was like, "You just gotta wait until I finish my class. I'm not leaving."
Yeah, because I had to like walk out of the room.
We've derailed so much.
It's okay.
But that's okay. This is all part of the journey. So yeah. So then eventually I was like, I don't need a personal trainer. I can do it myself. Got diagnosed with PCOS. Just the weight just kept going up and up and up. And I'm like, I felt like I was going crazy. I was like, I'm eating the same foods. I'm gymming consistently. Like, what the heck am I doing wrong? And I was like, you know what? I was scrolling Instagram. Actually, I didn't even think I needed a PT. And I was scrolling Instagram. And shout out to Chloe Bromwich. We love you. When we made our Emmett and Kate account, we followed a lot of aligned fitness other accounts.
Yeah.
So we found Chloe's account when she's only at like 5,000 followers. Like this is
like
2020. It was like 3,000 to 5,000 followers. She had just started her account. Well, not just started, but she was living in Brisbane. And I just remember her sitting in her car, in her old car, just like doing an Instagram story of why she loves being a PT and how it's more about, she was like talking from her heart saying she wants to help women change their habits, change their lifestyle. Like it's more than just working out and eating right. I'm gonna burp again. Oh my gosh. It's also because I took my supplements and now I can taste oil. Like my omegas 3s and 6s. Anyway, that's TMI. And then she was just talking about how much she loved like helping women and their habits and their life. And I'm like, and she talked about having a holistic approach. I'm like, I didn't think I needed a PT, but sign me up. And I even said like, oh, I'm interested. We had a call and then, or no, before we even had a call, it's like, oh, I'm interested. And then I was like, actually, and then I asked her how much it cost. She was like $50 a week, which is next to nothing for a coach even back then, but even now, definitely like way too small. But then I was like, oh, actually, no, I think I can't spend the money. And then I felt, once I said no, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm missing a huge opportunity. And I was like, I'm really sorry, Chloe, do you still have a spot available? She's like, yep, with your name on it. Like she just knew I was gonna come back. And she was my coach for a few years. And then
she created Health.
And then she created Health Hype.
And then hired Brooke.
Yeah, and then so I had a few coaches. I've had 3 coaches, 3 different people be my coach, all within the similar companies that then, you know, Brooke then stepped away from Health Hype, yada, yada, yada. But I've had a coach since 2021. We're now in 2025, so 4 years of having a coach. And that really 10x my progress. Like when you're by yourself, I was lifting, I was moving, I was doing the exercises, but when I was working with a coach, I couldn't lift any more than 30 kilos. Couldn't hip thrust, couldn't deadlift, couldn't bench, couldn't do anything more than 30 kilos. It's like, that's my warm up. That's even too light. I can lift 30 kilos above my head now. And that's light work. That's easy. So it's like my progress in the last 4 years has compounded compared to the last 8 years.
100%.
So yeah, around that, tell us about your journey in like 20, actually we didn't even talk about 2020 when we did at-home workouts.
Yeah, COVID time, but that's all right. But because the gyms were closed, we did at-home workouts. But otherwise, we didn't really do at-home workouts. It was only when we didn't have a choice. But we were still like wanting to work out. Like we craved it, especially for our mental health.
Yeah.
Really, 2020 kind of impacted that.
I was gonna say too, 2020 was probably the year I was the most unhealthy.
Yeah.
But we can talk about that after.
It's interesting because that's when we started our account as well, with being like a health and fitness.
Yeah, do we want to actually talk about, let's go back. Let's go back and talk about that. Yeah. 2020. So that was when we started our account. That's when we hadn't moved and gone to Anytime Fitness. We were still at our old gym. Gyms had completely shut. So what we did was we bought the Sarah's Days ebooks, which I think is great if you like an at-home workout.
Yeah, they were actually quite good. Structured programs.
But I have mixed feelings about that period of my life. You talk about your experience first with those ebooks. And like, I think the ebooks are great if you want to work out from home. But I just feel like that was the time where I had the most unhealthy relationship with exercise.
At the time, I did a lot of yoga and being outside, and then the workouts. And I think they were like 30-minute workouts. And they were great because we didn't have the option of the gym. But also at that time, I think we were both under eating. Like, we wouldn't eat very much.
Also, because we were at home doing nothing. We'd exercise like twice a day every day.
Yeah.
Like exercise. Like, we'd go for a walk. We would do yoga. We would do a Sarah's Days workout.
And then walk the dog.
And then we'd walk the dog twice a day, do a yoga flow, do a this, which is fine. But then I would eat lunch with one tiny chicken tender and half a cup of lettuce. Yeah. And that was lunch.
And like salad. Yeah.
And like also,
or the time we made like the chicken meatballs, the Mexican meatballs, we'd have it on a cup of lettuce
with 2 meatballs.
2 meatballs, and like occasionally I might have 4, but like that was lunch.
2 meatballs.
And
like that's not even
next to
50 grams of
nothing.
meat. That's like 50 grams of meat.
No,
I now eat like times 3.
Yeah, so I think that period of time we did not eat enough to fuel our bodies, and before we worked out, we either wouldn't eat one before we worked out, or it'd be very like minuscule because we didn't have much of an appetite in the morning either. Which
so it would be like I would usually eat a banana.
Yeah,
which is a good pre-workout snack. I would probably eat more than you would, but also like our parents wouldn't eat before.
I think it just
out.
depends. Like we didn't know too, or like we weren't either training for long enough or to the intensity.
Maybe we'll do some overlays of some pictures, but I swear my eyes had the darkest under eyes.
Yeah.
We were working with a naturopath on increasing energy, and we were just focused on the foods we were eating. So I think our naturopath wasn't really aware of we weren't eating enough. And she, I think, caught on to that eventually.
I was about to say, I think she did, because when we did the diet diary sort of thing, you're never going to tell someone necessarily you have to eat more, or you might say, try adding this to your diet, or this and that.
She said, like, we needed more protein and fats, essentially.
She educated us on how much protein
she even said, like, eat sourdough, like, eat bread, like, because but... Yeah, like I found my eyes looked sunken in. I was iron deficient, zinc deficient, vitamin D deficient.
Yeah.
During those Sarah's Days, I remember doing burpees and push-ups and planks, and said to Katie, I can't do any workout where I feel the slightest bit upside down because I feel like I'm gonna faint.
Yeah, and that was because of the like iron deficiency. And I was quite similar. I think you were way worse in the symptoms of the lightheadedness. I could do a little bit more, but I also felt really lightheaded and fatigued.
And I think it was just from that underfueling, overtraining.
Yeah.
At this stage, this was before I knew I had PCOS, but I had all the signs. Like I was still in the pill. That's why I didn't really know. I was still taking the pill, but it's like I was deficient in everything. Like that should be girlies. If you have if you think you have PCOS, it is hormonal. But a lot of the symptoms of PCOS is the fatigue, is the loss of periods, but also zinc deficiency, vitamin D deficiency, and B12 deficiency are all linked, and iron deficiency are all linked with having PCOS.
Also, if you're on the pill as well, you're going to be zinc deficient.
Yes, you're going to be deficient in all those
potentially
things.
Vitamin B.
Which is
also, just if you don't feel like anything's right, get a blood test done. You should you should check your bloods like twice a year.
Yeah, every 6 months.
Everyone should just to check in to make sure everything's all good.
But yeah, so that was a time. Then eventually 2021 we moved. I got a coach. Yeah. We still had COVID lockdowns. Actually, the first week I had Chloe, my coach. She wrote me my first gym program. I was like,
you were so excited.
I'm going to go to the gym. Today's the start of my new program. I have all these super cool exercises. I'm going to learn how to do hip thrusts. What happens? Lockdown.
Yeah.
And then Chloe's like, don't worry, I got you. I'm going to change this to an at-home workout.
And we did it together.
In the garage we used textbooks for weights. We used a band to do shoulder press. And she did I told her I got nothing. So she was like, okay, let's see what we can work with. And then eventually we went to Kmart and purchased 5 kilo dumbbells.
Because there were so many lockdowns.
Yes. But it took us a few Kmarts to actually be able to secure some weights. But that's all we had was 1 set of 5 kilo dumbbells. So if we were working out together, we had to take turns. Okay, you use the resistant band. I'm gonna do some dumbbells.
Remember
I used the resistant ball band, the resistance ball. No, the resistance ball. The remember we did those weird the yoga ball, and we had to do that weird exercise on it. That was like some ab exercise. We had to like do crunches. Yeah. And anyway, I just remember the video, and you were like, "How do I do this?" And it was like a bit fun, and like doing like hamstring rollouts and things like that. Like,
gotta get creative.
Yeah, which was wild. And then also going to the gym with masks on.
Yeah,
that was also wild. That felt like cardio.
It really was.
Lifting weights with a mask on.
Awful.
Yeah. But yeah, where do we go from here? So then, like, Anytime Fitness.
Well, I can talk about my journey,
experience,
kind of. Because obviously Emma had Chloe as a coach, and for me, like, I knew like they would be helpful, or just seeing Emma having Chloe was really helpful. I was like, okay, I most of the time just tagged along with her going to the gym, and kind of sometimes did her program.
And then sometimes you'd still pull out the old Whitney Simmons videos.
But I was just happy of just showing up to the gym and moving my body. I didn't have any really like intense goals, or that Emma was more like locked in, wanting to lift certain weights. I was just happy to be there, put in the work, do a good workout, to feel good and move my body. I also never had any weight issues up until 2021.
Yeah. So like, yeah, actually, if we go back to, for me, my whole life, the goal has always been to lose weight.
Yeah.
And take it as you wish, but I remember being 10, going to the doctor, they're weighing myself, the doctor's drawing up your plate. Okay, you need this many vegetables, this much protein.
You were just a bigger kid, but also you were really tall. Like, you hit puberty so early.
Yeah.
And you were really tall.
I was just a kid with thick thighs and a little tummy.
And like, we always played sport, and like, you were always moving. I just think it was just a distribution of your body. Like, you just carried.
Also, like, not that I'm not blaming our parents or anything, but it's like we lived in the generation where we were sent to school with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
We could have Oreos
and a muesli bar and Oreos, and we'd still eat fruit, we'd still eat vegetables, but it was like, you know, pasta. I mean, I love pasta every night, but it was like, and that's not bad, obviously, but it was like pasta served with bread on the side, and like, which is fine, no judgment to what we ate, but it was like, you're just trying to feed your family. Like, it's just calories galore in general.
I think, too, there hasn't been that much education up until more recently about, like, nutrition being,
even
like,
for
so
me
important.
As a kid, I ate a lot of protein. I ate fruit and veg, and I ate carbs. But I think one thing I really didn't eat as a kid was fats. Besides your peanut butter.
Yeah.
And mom cooked everything in olive oil. I wouldn't go near avocado. I wouldn't.
And she'd put, we put butter on our pasta.
Yeah.
And, like,
so, like, we had some fats. But, like, yeah, I didn't eat nuts as a kid, or like things like that. Whereas now there's a lot of research for children on how to like fuel them properly for their brain function and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which, like, mom would have totally, like, mom could have been an almond mom at some stages, not in like even a bad way, but she would be that mom that would research like that kind of stuff. But it just wasn't common. It just wasn't around.
I was about to say, it's just the information. Wasn't it? Anyway.
But yeah, so then continue with your journey.
So yeah.
It's like, we've been recording for 40 minutes.
Oh, no.
We've got our speed up to present day.
So I never had a weight issue until 2021. And so I started to go to the gym more consistently for that. It was really weird because when I was starting to gain weight at first, it was honestly me gaining muscle, because I was like 65 kilos, and then I went up to 70 kilos. But I see the photos of me now, I just gained muscle from lifting weight.
Can we just go back to when we were underfueling? We weren't gaining any muscle because we weren't eating enough. No. So then flash forward to where you finally were putting on some weight and it was muscle. It was because we were eating more.
Yeah. And
so of course we were going to see a difference.
But I didn't know that. I wasn't very educated in that because my clothes stopped to fit me properly.
Can we also just normalize I think this ties into exactly what you're saying. No one talks about going from a teenage body to a woman's body. Like, that period of time for you,
I was
when you're eating
19,
more training,
20.
That's when you're getting a woman's body, and it's like you're so used to playing sport, being 16 and having, like, you know,
being a box.
You're a little box.
Rectangle.
You're a little lean rectangle, and it's like suddenly you have hip dips, and suddenly you're like this and you think it's fat, which it's like, sure, it's a bit of extra body fat because you have reproductive organs. You're becoming, like, what's the reproductive age for your body? Is it like 21
about
to 28?
It's around.
So that's when your body starts protecting those organs.
It's more like 22, I think, to, like 20.
Yeah, so once you're into like your 20s, it like you do store more fat in those areas to really protect those organs because you become more and have bigger hips, wider hips because you're that prime reproductive age. So it's like, it's like, let's normalize like your body. Of course your body's going to change. Of course most people gain weight because you're going from a child to an adult. Yeah. You're eating more, your body requires more.
Yeah, so for me, I was always around that 65 kilos since 16 to about 18, 19. Then 20, I was starting to gain lots of weight. But at first, like, my clothes stopped fitting, and I thought I was getting fat. But when I look back, I literally just gained muscle from lifting weights. But then further along from them, then it ended up stemming to be more of an issue because then I just kept on gaining weight. But the first time I started to, it was just from lifting weights, training properly, and actually eating enough. But basically, the end of 2021, when did you go on your health hype retreat?
2022.
Yeah, so I started gaining a lot of weight, so I started to go to the gym more. But it wasn't until Emma went on the health hype retreat.
So I would have been with my coach for almost 2 years.
Yeah, because
and then you joined.
Because what made me want to join is after you went on the retreat and you met so many amazing girls and stuff, I kind of then felt like I wanted to be part of that community.
Yeah, because fitness is like, I think for us, like, we like doing gym classes. We had friends that went to our gym, and then when we moved away, we lost that like community aspect. Like, we had each other, but we wouldn't go to the gym and see friends. We wouldn't like, and also 2020, really, you couldn't work out with other people. Like, you had the social distance, so that really ruined that. So then I think having a coach, being part of a community, it not only was like the accountability piece, but it was almost like similar to then going back to, like, we all felt like when we were at that retreat, we were back at school in a school camp. Like, it feels like similar to playing a sport. You have all these people in your team that you get to interact with.
Yeah, so Emma came back from that, and we like moved out of home at the time in 2022. So like she came back after that, said had an amazing time. She vlogged it all as well, and I also helped edit that vlog. Yeah. And I was like, wow, like how amazing to be with like a community of these women who are really aligned, have that similar mindset. Because I think for us, we're really into that mindset in health and fitness. And I had like one of my close friends at the time was sort of into it, but I don't know, was it at the same level? So I feel like we really had each other, but then obviously when we had our Instagram and stuff, that developed and kind of reached a bigger community.
Like, we've made so many online friends in the health and fitness space. And once again, it comes back to that accountability, having people that are doing the same thing as you, going through the same journey. Like, we all have completely different journeys, but we're all here for the same reason.
Yeah, but basically I wanted to surround myself with more aligned people. So at the end of 2022, so you had your retreat in October. I then signed up in November to be with like Brooke as my PT, and literally because I had like a wait list, I literally submitted a form, and then like a few days later I got like a voice message being like, we have a spot for you, and I was like, oh, because it felt right, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna take the plunge, and I'm gonna invest in myself. This was probably the first time I was really putting money, investing in myself in this sort of way. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna help me hold me accountable, because I kind of went through cycles of being consistent for a few months and then not going to the gym for like 2 weeks to a month. So it was a very up and down yo-yo.
Can we just talk about having a coach? The fact you can just walk in the gym and not have to think. You open the app, you go, what's my first exercise? There's a video to show you how to do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's just so much easier than, because like we used to sit in the car sometimes, remember we used to write our own gym workouts. We're like, okay, today we're doing legs. Let's write a list of what we want to do.
Yeah.
And that would then, and sometimes Katie would go, oh, I don't know, you just choose. Or sometimes I would pick an exercise, Katie would pick an exercise, and Katie would hate the exercises I love, and vice versa. But then it's like, when you have a coach, it's like, it takes the guesswork out. It's like, you just show up, you don't have to think, you follow the plan, you do it, you feel good.
So then I was with Brooke for about like 2 years.
Yeah.
From that, and she really helped me with healing my relationship with food because I would like emotionally eat and really depend.
Yeah, we both struggled with that.
On food, so she really, really helped me actually work through that, and now like that's not an issue for me. And yeah, that was the first time I ever like tracked food and stuff, but that was really helpful tools to have. And everything.
Yeah,
and she did a lot of mindset work
I think with me as well, tracking food, weighing yourself every day. Like some people say that's for a lot of people that's what's harmful for them, but for me it wasn't, because what was harmful was not weighing my food. Well, not really. Intuitive eating is great, but we came from a background of not eating enough.
Yeah.
So tracking my food wasn't meaning I was force feeding myself, but I was like, oh, I'm hungry. I have 500 calories left. I should eat. Like I went from like tracking, like I remember like I kind of used MyFitnessPal really, really briefly because my mom found out about like tracking and stuff, just calories of being able to like scan barcodes of packaged foods and just kind of like generically doing it. And I had friends in high school that did it. And I remember setting my goals to 1,400 calories.
Yeah, well, also the bad thing about that app,
that's what it suggested.
Was that it suggested not always the correct amount.
I put in my goal. I'm this age. I'm at this weight. I want to be this weight within 8 weeks. So of course it told me to eat 1,400 calories. And then I did. And then I remember the first time Chloe was like, okay, like just track what you eat. We looked at it. It was like 1,400 to 1,600 calories. She was like, okay, we're going to eat 1,700 to 1,800. And I was like, this is so much food. Oh my goodness. And now it's like I normalize eating well over 2,000 calories.
Now you're in a deficit.
I'm in a deficit eating 1,800 calories. And I'm like, I feel so deprived. But it's like, yeah, I don't even know how I was functioning at that, because it's like, yeah, it's just wild. But yeah, so I guess like having a coach tracking your food just made it make sense too. It was like, if you eat a bunch of carbs, you're never going to feel full.
Yeah.
If you don't eat enough protein, that was my thing.
Protein is really important.
The reason why I could never lift more than 30 kilos and my bicep was literally just a line on my arm was because I wasn't eating anywhere near enough protein.
But also, like, if you're not eating enough protein, your body is going to keep craving food. So then that's when you're going to craving a lot of, like, sweets.
Well, that was my thing.
And stuff, and keep eating all these carbs.
Give ourselves permission. Like our parents would say, buy ice cream once a week. Once it's gone, it's gone. So, of course, we're going to pig out and eat 3 massive scoops and 2 bowls of that. But then on the flip side as well, it was like I was eating clean at home. Guess what I did with my friends? We'd all bring snacks. I would always bring like carrots and hummus, but then like chips, lollies, and it's like my friends would just like snack on it normal. I would inhale everything. I'm the exact same.
I didn't get how people would bring a bag of lollies. The person who brought the bag of lollies would have like 4 and be good. Like I just had I would finish it
out, and then I'd be like, oh, I feel so sick, and then like lay down on the couch at my friend's house. We'd watch a movie, and then I'd go home and be like, I don't even think I want dinner, but then I'd go eat dinner because mom's like, here you go, and then I'd feel like sick, and it's like that feeling of sickness. One is not normal, like that is binge eating, but it was like just such a wild concept. But
with the scales and stuff and how we talked about, so with having a coach and stuff, tracking, but also like having to weigh ourselves each day. What it educated me about was like, it doesn't, like if you're going to gain muscle, you are going to gain weight, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. And I think from weighing myself every single day helped me realize that the weight on the scales don't matter. And we used a lot of progress photos to track progress, and you could see so much of the change to be like weighing the same exact weight, but the body composition looking so different was like a main thing that I saw with my coaching. But just like, weighing every single day kind of numbed the feeling, or you realized the weight doesn't matter because when you see it every single day, it just loses its value.
Yeah, I agree. Like it destigmatizes it. Like when I was younger, I used to go, am I feeling skinny this morning? Like that thought actually would cross my mind.
I'm feeling light, let's weigh myself.
You would go to the toilet, I've done the biggest poop. You lift up your shirt, oh, I look skinny today. Today is the day. But guess what? When I weighed myself and I was a kilo heavier, that would dictate the rest of my day. I would feel like crap going, okay, I'm not going to eat ice cream today. I'm not going to eat bread. I'm not going to eat this.
I need to go to the gym.
Or I need to go to the gym. I'm going to do a HIIT workout. I'm going to go, and it's like, no. It's like, I could just weigh myself every single day, take my weekly average and go, actually, yeah, that day I was a kilo heavier, but that's because I didn't poop.
Yeah.
And then this day, I'm a kilo lighter because I did.
Or it's like, maybe I was getting my period, so I'm going to be like 2 to 3 kilos heavier.
Weighing yourself every day and taking that weekly average is healthier for your mental health because your weight fluctuates.
Yeah.
And everyone says that and everyone knows that, but you don't actually realize taking the average, like statistically, mathematically, that is the most accurate way to take data because the one day I weighed myself 5 years ago, that could have been a significant outlier and I didn't know. And it's like you said, you become more aware of your digestive system, your cycles, your hormones, because you have that body awareness. Before I get my period, I'm going to be bloated. Yeah. It's like, when I was younger, I thought you're meant to have a flat stomach. Yeah. Like, that's so wrong. But it's like, I now know if I'm bloated, is it because of my period? Is it because my digestion? Is it because of this? Whereas before, every girl would just get bloated and panic and think we have to drink some de-bloat drink to fix it. But it's like, no.
Or thinking like, like if you're bloated, you have to fix it. It's like, well, actually, some people just get bloated like from water retention, or maybe they did eat something but also know that the bloating will go away. It's not there forever.
So like now,
like give it a day.
And there's still times I go to my coach Brooke now, oh my gosh, I weighed myself, I'm 300 grams heavier. This deficit isn't working. We need to drop the calories. She's like, hang on, stop right there. So I still catch myself, but it's now that self-awareness. We have a better understanding of our body. We know our energy requirements. Yeah. We know when to pedal to the metal and exercise hard, but we know when to chill out.
I think we're just better educated around that. I think it's really important for everybody to kind of educate themselves around nutrition, around how like weight works, how just in general, if you're a female, your menstrual cycle works.
And our advice is to get a PT, get a coach, get a nutritionist. But if you're like us and struggle with emotional eating, I saw a dietitian that like specializes in like, not that I had disordered eating. I've never had eating disorders, like trigger warning. We should probably put a trigger warning at the beginning of this episode. But like I had disordered eating. But I went to a dietitian that specialized in women with PCOS, people with struggles of eating enough food to fuel themselves. It's like, please, 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 if you're someone that has gone through similar things as us and you're still not on the other end of it, go see someone to help.
Even if you're feeling really fatigued and tired or really flat, struggling to like work out, see a health professional.
Even if you're like, I don't know what I should be eating. I don't know my energy requirements.
See a nutritionist.
Find someone and they'll calculate it all for you. It's like, it's so worth investing in your health, paying a little bit of extra money because it takes out the guesswork. And that's why I got a coach in the first place, because I was like trying all these different things and nothing was working. But it's like, instead of me just like throwing darts on a dartboard without looking, wouldn't I rather strategize so I can hit the bullseye? Yeah. Like, so that analogy is like, instead of just changing everything constantly because nothing's working, how about go to the person that has the education, that has the qualification, and they can go, oh, this is why you're not seeing progress. Let's focus on this.
Yeah, and then they can tell you, they can guide you, and also educate you for like that individualized education of what you're struggling with. So you're not spending hours trying to figure out like yourself, what is this?
And I think from this conversation, like obviously this was just, we went all over the shop. This is like an overview, but please comment down below if you want us to do a specific podcast episode on nutrition, a specific podcast. We didn't even touch on how we had body dysmorphia. Yeah. Like, and also touch on if we want to talk about diet culture. Like we've mentioned a bit of like de-bloat drinks. We mentioned a little bit of, doing, random workouts in your garage. Yeah. And like, and I know so many videos of women that used to do like ab workout every day in their bedroom, and like if you want to talk that. Like literally. So like please comment down below because we're so passionate about this. And Katie is studying nutrition.
I'm in my final year. I'll be done in December.
So she'll be a clinical nutritionist with a degree
It's a Bachelor of Health Science.
Are you proud? I knew that.
Yeah, which is like almost like, and then it's in clinical nutrition.
And I'm also studying my Cert 3 in fitness, and I'll do the Cert 4 as well.
Yeah.
So we want to share more educational content and more about our journeys. This is just an overview.
Yeah.
but like I feel like a lot of people will fully relate. So yeah, comment down below what you took from this. What do you want to hear next? Because we could dissect like everything we talked about today and have an hour episode on each.
We could chat.
We could chat for hours. Like we're
very passionate.
We told ourselves we're gonna do 40 minutes. We've been filming for an hour, well over an hour.
Yes.
So yeah, so we started at 102, I think, and it's 1:58 now.
Anyway.
So we're gonna love you and leave you. Tell us what you liked about this episode. Comment down below. Subscribe if you're on YouTube, and we'll see you next time. Tell us where you're listening from. Give us a 5-star review if it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Yep, and we'll be in your ears next week.
Bye. Mwah.